Hey guys, welcome back to our Wednesday videos. Tonight with us we have Miss Gray. She's a teacher at Prattville High School. She's also the SGA sponsor, so many of you know her and love her. And so we're so excited that she's on the show with us. Thanks for joining us. We have an awesome opportunity just to get to know her and ask her funny questions and get to know a different side of her that maybe some of you may not know about. So let's get started. We'll start off real simple. Where'd you grow up?
I'm actually a transplant.
Okay.
I was born in Mobile, but
Okay.
then I consider Birmingham home.
Okay.
And so I grew up in Birmingham. I was slated to go to school at Shades Valley High School. I went to Cobble Heights when it was a Jefferson County school.
Okay.
But I can tell you to the date. February 17th, 1986 was my first day in a new school.
Wow.
Valentine's Day, my family moved, and we moved across town to Vestavia, and I ended up graduating from Vestavia.
Okay.
So yeah, so Birmingham.
So Birmingham is where you call home.
That's right.
Okay, so it's not that far.
No.
That's awesome. So growing up, what were some hobbies that you were into, things that you did to pass the time?
To pass the time, I would say the forced hobby was piano lessons.
Oh.
As a child, I took piano lessons. However, I'd have to say the highlight was 6th grade piano recital. I rocked the house with fame. I'm just gonna say, you know, it was awesome. It was a big highlight.
Nice.
And I went on a big note, and I gave up piano after that.
You know, you peaked at your career peaked, and you said, I got to throw in the towel.
You know, it can't get much better than rocking fame as a 6th grader. But my real love was softball.
Okay.
I started playing softball when I was 8. Played summer league. You know, we actually played fast pitch back then, because I know over in Mississippi, Miss Slay, they only played slow pitch.
Oh,
but
really?
we played fast pitch, no windmill yet.
Okay.
But played fast pitch all the way through and ended up playing for my high school.
Wow.
Now the problem is, when we got to high school, I had to learn how to play slow pitch.
Okay.
Because back then, high school softball was sanctioned slow
I bet that's a huge change from coming right at you to...
Oh, it was unreal, and I was a catcher.
Okay.
You know, I loved catching. Now, if I tried to do it today, I'd never get back up. But I was a catcher, so it's a totally different way to catch.
Yeah, definitely.
So it was a lot of fun. So softball, I would have to say, has always been a big part of my life.
Gotcha. So would you say force piano or any music on your kids? Like it was on you?
I didn't. And that's what we were really surprised when my son got into band in middle school. I didn't know what the heck with the trombone. I know nothing about it. And then he turns out to be drum major. So I was real proud of him.
That's awesome.
No, never really forced it. Let them kind of find it. Now, my daughter's found softball.
Yeah, good.
Probably people say I forced it on her. I know she might say I have. But, you know, but we do have that softball in common.
Awesome. That's really cool. And she's at Mississippi State, right?
My son is.
Your son's at Mississippi State?
My son's at Mississippi State, and he actually works with the softball team there.
That's right. He's the manager. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And she's not in college.
She's at the junior high. No, she's in 8th grade.
I don't know why I got that mixed up.
Oh. Hey, you got a lot of kids to keep up with.
Yes, I do.
A lot of kids to keep up with. But no, she is, unfortunately, her season got cut short with all this craziness. Yeah. But she plays softball at the junior high, and hopefully for the Lions one day.
Yeah, awesome. So being a teacher, obviously, there's probably a lot of teachers that played a role in your education that you can remember to this day. Can you pick out like one that was just like, you know, this is kind of like the teacher that really solidified why I want to teach, you know? Oh,
without a doubt. Now, it is cheesy. If I wanted to, I could list every elementary teacher I had in order. But I'll go back to 1st grade.
1st grade.
Artie Brackett was an amazing woman.
Really?
She was a spitfire of a little bitty lady, but she loved. There was a tough love, but I knew I was loved. I knew I was safe.
Yeah.
And she just encouraged us to learn. And what's cool is I had to do 2 weeks of a pre-education experience. And I just requested, hey, can I go back to my elementary school and get her?
Yeah.
And so I was able to go back as a college student.
That's awesome.
And shadow her for 2 weeks. And she was still doing the Johnny Appleseed song. She was still reading, you know, everything that I loved. And through the years, what's crazy is we've reconnected on Facebook.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I can honestly say the reason I'm a teacher today is because of her.
Wow, that's funny you say 1st grade, because the people we've had on this, they've all said they're 1st grade teacher. So there must be something about 1st grade that sticks with people.
It's such a foundational year. I mean, it really is. And there's a lot of pressure on those teachers, which is why I like the older end. I'm going to let them let them lay the foundation.
Yeah.
I'll just build upon what they do. Yeah.
Awesome. That's really awesome that you can remember that and you stay in contact. So I've been asking some of our guests, what's like the grossest thing you've had to eat ever? Maybe when you were traveling, maybe it was at home.
It was at home. I cracked up with Coach because I could totally identify with the roast, rice, green beans, brown and served buns every Sunday.
Okay.
However, are you familiar with pear salad?
I actually have heard of it, never had it.
Okay, you know, it's the half of a canned pear.
Okay.
A dollop of mayonnaise.
Interesting.
And cheddar cheese.
Interesting.
Yes. It is a side dish that my mother made many, many times. Yes. I can't believe I ate it. I mean, a canned pear, mayonnaise, and cheese. But, you know, pear salad, I would have to say.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it at some of our church potlucks. And kind of
probably
just swerved right around it, not knowing what I was looking at.
That's right.
That's funny. So, what would you say is your favorite movie out there? Maybe it's something recent, maybe it's something growing up.
When Harry Met Sally.
Okay.
The music, just the whole.
It's a classic.
It is.
It's a classic. You can't go wrong with classic. That's awesome. Yep. Okay, so like kind of transitioning into your role at Prattville. When did you start teaching at Prattville High?
I actually started teaching, I think, about 5 years ago.
Okay.
I taught 6th grade at the intermediate school for 19 years.
Oh, wow.
And I kind of got to the point that if I had to line those students up to go to PE one more time, I probably was going to find a clock tower somewhere. And so I made the transition. I had some friends encourage me, and I got my certification. And so 5 years at the high school, and I'm really kind of kicking myself wondering, why did I wait so long?
Yeah, why didn't you
It has been the most amazing transition, and it's given me some longevity to my career.
Yeah,
you know, because I've been teaching 24 years, but now I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Adore it. That's awesome. So 5 years at the high school. How long have you been involved with SGA?
This is my second year.
Second year.
Yeah. Now I helped and kind of assisted with stuff early in my career at the high school. But last year, after the sponsor moved, I was approached and asked to take over with Miss Slay.
Yeah.
And we did. And of course, when Miss Slay left, I just kept it going with Miss White. And absolutely.
That's
love
awesome.
those kids.
I love coming to the pep rallies and seeing all the school spirit things that y'all do. It's been fun to be part of that.
It is, and that was really my goal. For me, school spirit is huge.
Yeah.
You know, and I know it's not politically correct, but Vestavia, we're the rebels. You know what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm a rebel. That means something to me. I can still sing my school alma mater, you know, 30 years later, but that's okay. You know, and I wanted to get that to the kids. I want to be part of an organization that can really, that's why I wore this shirt, Lions Forever, that I want them, when they graduate, they're leaving a lion. And have pride in their school, pride in their home city. So.
See, that's something that's been fun to see coming from Indiana. I wouldn't say our school spirit was anywhere near what you guys do, and so it's been fun to kind of see you guys do pep rallies and do shirts and do all these challenges, whereas my school, like, our assemblies were really bad and no one wanted to ever go, and it seems like every Friday that there's a home game, people want to be in the stands and want to be supporting everything that's going on. And just how that creates more of like a family aspect, you know, like a more connected school than, you know, I feel like my high school was, you know, it was just high school. Like your classic, just, it was high school and you just got through. And I feel like they're having more of an experience, you know, with all these extra things going on.
Absolutely. And I think my goal is to open up SGA that it's not just for one group of students. I've been real excited to see that door open for a few more, and I've got a few that, you know, some people were kind of surprised that they were part of SGA, and they have just blossomed and found their voice.
That's
and
awesome.
So that's what's neat, is to be able students to find their voice.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Enabling them to use their talents and their gifts to create school spirit. That's
Absolutely.
awesome. So what do you love about teaching at Prattville High School?
It's the connection with the kids. It's hard. Don't get me wrong, there's some tough days, and there's some days I wonder what was I thinking when I got into this. But that day when that student walks in that I don't even teach, but because of the pep rallies or some activities I've done, and they just come and they confide in me. They need, you know, have a need, just want to vent. I've had students just come to me and just close the door, and they just want to get something off their chest. I said, go for it. Let's go. Let's talk about it. So
that's awesome.
It's being available for the kids and really investing in these future adults.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So looking at my questions here, we've all been kind of quarantined, isolated. People are going stir crazy, cabin fever.
It's a real thing.
What have you been doing to keep yourself busy being away from school?
I have been making my children do chores.
So you have a clean house, a nice looking yard.
Well, we did. Now we've kind of taken a break for a couple of days. Okay. I got to get it back. But yes, I mean, just, and we haven't been killing ourselves. Just a little bit here and there. Now, I will have to say, I've washed more dishes than I ever thought I could. Now that we're eating at home, but we're not eating out. Yeah. People are stocking up on toilet paper. We need to stock up on dishwasher tabs. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm running out.
3 a day maybe.
That's right. That's right.
That's insane. It's been funny to see kind of your friends and such that that go out to eat a lot, and they're like, this is our 4th night at home, we're about to go crazy, and they're like, it's a whole new world for them, it's something different, but it's been funny to watch them kind of navigate. All right, we gotta circulate our meals. Right. Can't do mac and cheese spaghetti.
That's right.
Order a pizza, even though that's eating it out, it's eating at home. I guess I want to talk more about your faith now. Okay. And talk more about what kind of role God has played in your life. And my first question is, growing up, what kind of church did you guys attend? Did you hop around? Did you kind of stick with one denomination?
Yeah, no. Both of my parents were members at Shades Mountain Baptist Church. We moved to Birmingham. Okay. It's a very large Southern Baptist church, and that was home until I went to college and then came here. And so I grew up in your typical large Southern Baptist church, very involved in the children's ministry. I was blessed with an amazing youth ministry where back in the day when we still did choir tours.
We still did choir tours.
And so we had, and that's what I know, because I'm so glad to hear that y'all do that, but we had a youth choir of about 150. Wow. And we would go, and we were blessed to have a connection with Rick Stanley. Okay. He's recently passed away, but he was an evangelist and stepbrother of Elvis Presley. Oh, wow. And he actually, in a few years, would tour with us. And so we would kind of do the music, and then he would do the sermon.
Wow, that's awesome.
So that was home, Shades Mountain Baptist. Okay. And it was... I'm still I love it. I've been watching a lot of the church has been enjoying my online services, but it's been neat to be able to catch their online.
It has been. It's been cool to see kind of me working in the church. I'm here every Sunday, and I don't really get much exposure of what other churches are doing. So it's been awesome to throughout the week just see kind of what other churches are doing. I don't know if you've seen the video going viral on Facebook of the guy drumming and the tree falling on him.
Yes,
that's hilarious. I mean, I don't know if that was a stunt to get them to get more followers and viewers, or just the pure joy that was fun to watch. That's just the Holy Spirit working. Going, here we go. We're gonna give them some fun. So that was fun to see. But it's been cool to kind of see different churches and what they do, and recognize that God is doing things through each and every church. It's the same God.
That's exactly right.
That's been really cool. So growing up at this big Baptist church, I know for me growing up in the church, my faith became my own around high school. When for you did that faith, kind of something that was important to you, that it was like, okay, this is now mine, I want to invest in it?
Right. I became, my relationship with Christ started young. Yeah. 7 and 8 years old. I think I was 7 after Vacation Bible School. But I'm with you. But I can't even say it was even high school. In high school, yes. Yeah. I had those defining moments in those choir tours. Yeah. But I love in James when he reminds us that there'll be a day that we will be complete. Yeah. And that gave me a lot of encouragement to know that I'm imperfect. Okay, I'm far from it, and that I'm a constant work. Yeah. Excuse me. You're good. I don't have it. I'm a constant work, and God's constantly working in me. So I can say I had that moment in high school, but then I can even say, through the years, there's been other defining moments. Yeah. My walk's been a constant roller coaster. My husband and I, we fell into that early young married, getting lazy. It was easier to work in the yard, and we kind of fell out, but then we found our way back into the church family, and I can honestly say my most recent, if you want to say you said, high school, 2011. 2011, I went on a mission trip to South Africa. Okay. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to share. Yeah. As always, you receive so much more than you give in those situations. And I went to Africa thinking of the stereotypical. I'm going to see starving children, and I'm going to bring them. You know, these children were not starving, but they were malnourished.
Yeah.
And my takeaway, when I got home after that trip, I was really convicted that I realized my Christian walk was not starving. I was active in the church, but I was malnourished.
Wow, yes.
And since then, it's still been, you know, up and down, but I've found more getting grounded in the Word and finding those accountability partners to really keep me in the Word and to continue to grow as we're, you know, we're continuing to work on this work here. Yeah,
I love that imagery of, you know, I guess some of us aren't starving, we're just malnourished, you know, and we're not getting the right things. And even though we're going to church every Sunday or going to youth or doing choir tours, that there's something that needs to build us up more, that needs to satisfy us more.
That's right.
That's awesome. That's a good analogy there. That's an awesome lesson. So growing up or even to this day, well, who would you say is, you know, again, it's kind of like the teacher question. A lot of people have played a role in your faith development. But if there's like one or two people that you're just like, you know, this was my person that, you know, really just encouraged me and never gave up on me, or... You know.
My mom, I would have to say, has been the number one anchor with her walk. And just seeing her grow as just a godly Christian wife. But, you know, I go to my youth group, and I go to Kim and Steve Hancock. They were just a couple that just poured themselves into the youth and poured themselves into me. And I still love going home and seeing them and catching up with them. But then I go to now, recently, in recent years, I'd say some of the champions in my life are youth. I was blessed to be a small group leader. You know, and just to feed off them, the accountability with these girls. I've got a group of girls now at Glenwood Baptist that I work with, and I'm just humbled by their hunger, you know, for the Word,
awesome.
and that accountability. So, you know, God, I think that's what's awesome is He's going to put those people in your life.
Exactly.
Right when you need it. So.
Yeah, it's never just one person.
That's right.
It's a village, right? Just like raising a child, it takes a village.
Absolutely.
Just like bringing your faith to completion, it takes a village. So, got to ask you your classic favorite Bible verse and, you know, what that verse means to you.
Back in 2011, I found Ephesians 3:20. Let's see, hope I can get it right. But basically, it says God is able to do far more than you could ever ask for or imagine, and that He accomplishes everything through the power that's working in us.
Yes.
That's big for me because I like to control. I'm a big
Don't we
control.
all?
Yeah, you know, and just to let go and know that God works in me. Another verse that I love, and I'm going to put my daughter on the spot. She's going to love me for this. When my daughter was young, we were having a fun little toddler moment. Or I wouldn't say toddler, preschool moment. She was probably in kindergarten. And my husband and I were at our wits' end. We're probably going to end up on WSFA, not for a happy reason. And we went in to handle, and all of a sudden I look, she's got a Bible, and she says, Mama, look what I found. And it's Psalms 30:10. Simple verse. But it's, Lord, hear me, show me your favor, Lord, help me. And she just started, she said, that's my verse, Mama. And I was like, oh, I was so humbled.
Yeah.
But it's one that I'm like, it's so simple.
Yeah.
But when you don't know what to say, just, Lord, hear me.
Yeah.
Show me your favor, Lord, help me. And I think that's what a lot of us are saying right now.
You know? Yeah, I think that's really, that's awesome. Sometimes, you know, I think people get caught up in, you know, trusting in what He's doing and things like that. And sometimes you just need to be saying, like, I don't know what to do.
Right.
Lord, help me.
That's
I
right.
love the simplicity of that. That's awesome. All right, so my last question for you is, what is one piece of advice you have for students right now in quarantine and isolation, while they're getting bored out of their minds?
Right. Wash your hands. I'm kidding. No, my gosh, we heard that so much.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Keep things in perspective. It's okay, one, that you're taking a break. Okay? I mean, I know we're on spring break. It's time to take a break. But I really want to encourage the kids, come up with a personal schedule. Start to right now, okay? So I'll go ahead and give you got a couple days left of spring break, and maybe when you see this, spring break's over. But if you haven't already, identify what'll make you a better person. What's going to make you better socially, what's going to make you better academically, what's going to make you better spiritually, and do that. It doesn't have to be a major thing, but just some little thing to change. To be quite honest with you, when you struggle in math, practice some math. There's all kinds of stuff to do online.
Yeah.
Or you don't have to read I'm not a reader. You don't have to read a novel, read a magazine, you know. But I really would have to say, and that's something I'm battling, is turn off Netflix, turn off Hulu, and start doing something to make yourself better.
Yeah. Start picking up a skill, start working on a skill that you want to be better at. Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you for joining us. I'm so glad that you took the time to come down and answer some of my questions. I
enjoyed it.
Guys, we thank you for tuning in. I hope that something that was said today was encouraging to you and uplifting. And make sure you tune in next week for another Wednesday night message. We'll see you.